Yeah, we'll see about tomorrow, but I'm certainly participating 100% in practices now and feel good about that step. And yeah, so far so good. Feels like I could very close to playing. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk with the coaches and the staff here after about where things are at and go from there. But as feeling pretty good about things right now from a rehabilitation perspective. Yeah.
Would you want to get in?
Yeah, I think the sooner the better. At this point where you can participate 100% in practice now, the best way to get in game shape is to play games. And the longer you wait, the longer it takes to get back. So, yeah, maybe tomorrow.
You're still not feeling a lot of pain. I know one of the first times we talked to you, you were saying you were feeling pretty close to it.
Yeah, I would say there's still a little bit of discomfort, but that's still to be expected at this point. But, you know, I'm not in pain skating anymore like I was most of last season. So it's at a lot better place now than when we were last season. So that's I'm very happy about that.
And what was it like for you in Quebec City getting along with the guys? Obviously, you're taking your time easing yourself into the lineup with a new team, and there's a lot of bonding trips and events in Quebec City. So what was it like for you?
Yeah, I did everything except play games. Spent a lot of time with the guys. Got a little closer. Do a lot of activities together, and yeah, it's a good group of guys. I think I'll fit right in. And feel very comfortable in the room, and I think the guys are hopefully feeling very comfortable with me as well. So it feels like it just feels like a really good fit overall. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gone really well. I hit a point where, kind of at the beginning of September, where I was like, okay, I'm starting to gear things up, and I think once I got here, having that just ice every day, workout every day, treatment every day, I think that took leaps and bounds in the recovery process, and I noticed a few things that were kind of hindering me from taking the next step quickly disappear, so I think it's been good.
How good does it feel that when your hip kind of holds up through those kind of barriers throughout camp?
Yeah, it feels really good because obviously anyone who's had injury or surgery, they know that you don't go through the recovery process without a few setbacks or kind of just mentally just didn't feel good today, or it's weak here, or it can be emotionally or mentally hard to get through those things. So having it feel good and hold up is definitely reinforcing.
How close do you feel you are to playing maybe in the last preseason game or in the regular season?
Yeah, I guess I'm playing tomorrow, so it's not really. I didn't think it was a mystery or not. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep that cards close to my chest there or not, but no, I'm planning on playing tomorrow and competing. So.
How exciting is that for you, just after the long road that you've been on to finally get in game action?
Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, it's great. I mean, obviously, the timing of everything's been ideal. I got the whole summer to kind of recover and train at the same time. Normally I take the summer out anyways to train, and I just had to make sure I put the extra time in to work on that hip rehab. So going through all that and not really missing much time is important to me mentally. So kind of hitting the ground running here instead of trying to join the game mid-season and get in the mid-season shape. So
where you were 4 months ago to where you are now, is it kind of hard to believe?
Yeah. I mean, I still have moments where I'm like, I do things. I'm like, oh, I remember last year, like this was extremely painful. I would, getting out of bed some days is just like, it was a horrible feeling, to be honest. And obviously I'm far from the first person to play through an injury or pain, so I don't, not expect anyone to feel bad for me. People do it every year. But yeah, I remember some tough times last year of trying to get through some of that pain. So having that not there this year, it feels really good.
Does that provide a different level of excitement, even though it is a preseason game tomorrow, just a renewed sense for an appreciation for the game?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely is there, but I mean, right now it's my mentality is making sure, again, that I hit the ground running and then I make the lineup. I think a mentality, you never have a spot in this league set aside for you. You always got to earn it. So that's kind of my main focus right now.
How would you contrast how you feel now versus how you were pre-injury?
Before last year.
Do you feel like you're back to where you were?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, it feels. I don't notice anything where I'm like, oh, it's a little bit slower. I mean, if anything, I don't really recall every year going in like, okay, this is how I feel this year. But I mean, everything I feel right now feels good, and I feel back to myself. So.
You've talked
before about how you played pre-injury versus post-injury last year. Are you excited to get back to playing how you did in the first 3 months of the season last year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a challenge in and of itself every year. Even injury or no injury, you got to make sure you come into the season planning to step your game up every year. It's not an easy thing to do. Guys in this league do it year after year, and people watch that and like, oh yeah, it's just easy. That guy just does it every year. He doesn't have to work it. We got to work at it every year to have good seasons and continue to keep getting better and better season after season. That's probably one of the hardest things in this league is to continuously improve and play at that level.
Was this always a target for you, like training camp, or did you think this was an outside shot of being ready for camp?
Yeah, there was kind of a line I had to walk to make sure I wasn't, you hope for the best but prepare for the worst. I didn't want to be like, yeah, I'm going to be ready in 4 months no matter what, and because I didn't want to get to a point where I got to that 4 months and I wasn't ready, and then mentally you're just like, all right, is this going to happen? Maybe not. Maybe my career might be done. I don't know. I didn't want to get into that. Same way I approach the season is, game after game, period after period, shift after shift, same thing. Summer, make sure you're going into the gym, doing everything you can to recover and rehab as much as possible and put yourself in the best spot.
Bowling game.
Bowling? It has been good in the past. I haven't gone in a while. I don't know the question. I don't know the relevance.
Posted.
Yeah. So that was the first time I've bowled in a few years. Lanes weren't waxed though, so it doesn't count.
When did you get the green light from the surgeon, Nick, to do everything?
Yeah, it was kind of a weird, the way I sensed the surgeon's mentality a little bit. It was, it's just like the hip is. I've had shoulder surgery before. It was like, okay, we got to make sure this thing's strong. We don't want it slipping out of the socket. Whereas I just feel like the hip is so surrounded by so many big muscles. It's got the hip capsule. It's just like the fear of anything dislocating is not. It's like nothing. And the only thing they wanted to make sure was the bone was healed. And bones are healed 3 months stronger than they were before. So that was pretty much the only thing that they were worried about. And other than that, just like the overall wobbliness of the knee versus how strong it is. So as long as it feels strong and stable, which you can tell on the ice, I can tell on the ice when I'm out there that it is. As long as you're feeling that, I don't think there was any concern in his mind.
Good. It's just, we haven't played really like a real or full game yet. So we just go along with the process and keep getting ready.
What would you expect tomorrow night?
Just a normal hockey game. I mean, things like that happen. We saw it with Florida and Tampa yesterday, and we're gonna try and go there and round out our game and make sure that we're on top of it. Defensively and all kinds of things. I think that's what's got to come first is make sure we play the right way with our structure and everything, and go from there. That'll be a successful game if we do that.
You can't speak for Florida and Tampa, but between that game and the game the other night with you guys in Montreal, any reason why preseason has been so particularly chippy between different teams this year?
I'm not sure. You guys want to prove themselves. It is what it is. It's happened across throughout the years. There's things like that happen, and at the same time, like we are in Montreal is a similar situation, and maybe kind of trying to see who's ahead, who's not, and then probably similar with the two Florida team there. So things like that happen, and you got to be aware on the ice at all times and be ready for all the situations.
Do you remember any other year, whether on the teams you've been on or things you've seen around the league where
things have happened. Things have happened, but I can't remember anything specifically. I don't think I will remember this one, to be honest. And when we talk about hockey in 2 months, I don't think we'll remember much of it either. So, I mean, that's the kind of subject right now because there's nothing else to talk about. So that's what I see.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Coach Nick Jensen mentioned he's going to play tomorrow. Maybe what are you hoping to see from his game tomorrow against Montreal?
I'm not sure exactly what I'm hoping that he just plays and feels good, and I'm not going to be overcritical of his game. He hasn't played in a while, but it's great that he's going to get into a game.
And Lars Eller says he's back 100% in practice. Maybe what have you seen from him over the past few days?
Again, just slowly ramping up. It's good to see him today on a full line. That was a big reason why we had the groups the way we did today. We wanted to get some guys, in spots that potentially they could play, and it'll be good to get both of them in the lineup.
Considering how physical the last matchup with Montreal Canadiens was, do you expect any carryover to tomorrow's game?
Not, I don't know. I'm not concerned about it. We didn't expect the last game to go that way either. So it happens in preseason. You don't really want to see games like that in the preseason. Our focus is on, we got some tough decisions to make tomorrow. We got to evaluate some players still. Probably won't see a full lineup again. It's exhibition. Hoping to get through the game with a good game.
How would you assess Carter Yack in terms of preseason so far?
Good. Yeah, he's shown, some really good things. And there's been times where he's going to make some mistakes as a young defenseman. That's just part of the process.
For the goaltending, what's the plan for tomorrow?
We'll see tomorrow.
Just on Jensen, given what he's been through, that he's, I'm not sure he's the guy when you were scratching it out at the start of camp that you thought might be able to start the season. What's it mean to get him back?
Yeah, it'll be big for our group. Especially being healthy. He played through a lot last year, a lot of pain, and probably wasn't on top of his game the way he wanted to be the last half of the year, roughly. So it'll be nice to see him back for him and for us.